All right, Ed, welcome in. Ryan Trainer for your Class A Pro. I'm recording. Good to have you, my friend. Looking forward to work today. So a couple of things I want to address. So first of all, there's something called being stuck in the golf swing. Okay, so it's called being in the stuck position. And when you're stuck, the club is like too far behind you. Okay, and like so this is stuck. See how his elbow is trailing his hip? Okay, and so that would be somebody who's in the stuck position. And then there's something called dropping your elbow in the slot in golf. And so an example of that would be this guy here. See how his elbow is nicely dropping in the slot here, and it's in front of his hip more, right? It's not behind his hip. Okay. So there's some confusion in golf about the sequencing and timing of the hips. And you had sent me a video with this guy, like as we know, that I said his hips were out of control. If you would switch me here a sec. So this is a drill I saw Luke Donald doing at the 1997 PGA Championship at Baltusrol, and it's great for the timing of the hips. And so the guys, the guy that you sent me, I would have him do this drill to help him fix his swing, because what it does is it helps you get the correct timing of the arms dropping and then the hips turning. Okay, if I get too fast with my hips like that guy, then I'm going to hit the stick and the club won't ever get down in time. And so to get the correct sequencing of the lower body, you can do this drill where you practice dropping the club into the slot, as you'll see, before. So my right elbow is going to drop down and the club's going to drop down before my hips fully rotate. Once the elbow gets down, this is where the rotation of the lower body starts to happen more as I come through. And so the feeling is of dropping, what we call dropping the elbow in the slot. Someone who does that the most, I would say, is Tony Finau. So if you look at Tony, I prefer if you stand and watch from here. So you'll see in Mr. Finau's swing, one sec here. Let's go. Tony Finau. There's a face-on swing I like to use usually. Let's see. Well, this is pretty good. So here you'll see in this swing, it's kind of an interesting angle, but you'll see in the downswing how his elbow drops. You see the elbow drop? So his elbow is moving more than his hip is moving. His elbows are moving faster and sooner than his hips in the swing. Now, of course, the hips will be doing something, but it's really the first thing that should be happening here is the elbow dropping in the slot. Here's another great example. Watch how much the elbow comes down, right? And I'm talking about his right elbow and how it drops in like this, right? So that's a more correct motion. You don't want to drive the lower body right away, or you'll get what's called stuck. And that's also something Tiger Woods struggled with Butch Harmon actually years ago. There's a video here I'll show you about him and how his lower body used to get too fast. Tiger really tried to get his hands in front of himself coming down. In other words, arms in front of the body, where the club used to lay down. Somehow, your old swing used to get stuck. That's the stuck swing, he calls it, or he calls it the Olay swing, which is when his lower body would outrace his arms. So what Butch is talking about here is how his arms are coming down before his lower body. Where, listen, hands in front of himself coming down, which seems counterintuitive to the average golfer. But if somebody's getting what's called stuck, like the guy's swing that you sent me, then these are the swing thoughts and things that the person should do to fix it. Now, I don't know if this is a problem of yours. I'm not covering this because this is what you should work on. I'm covering this because of the questions that you asked me.